You were told that if you hustle now, if you sacrifice now, then you can enjoy life when you're 65. They told us that if we were disciplined enough, we would be saving, we would be investing, maybe maxing out our TSP, buying a home every PCS, and one day we would be a millionaire. But what if you want to feel wealthy now? What if you want to be able to take your kids to Disneyland, to go on leave, to enjoy and spend money on yourself without feeling guilty? And what if you know that having just $1 million is not enough for you to retire with dignity? What if you want to be able to do all of that, enjoy your life, and still have multi-millions when you retire? My name is Deondra. I am a mother, a Marine Corps officer, a financial coach, and I have served as a command financial specialist for several years, helping hundreds of Marines with their finances, working with them to pay off debt, to understand their investments and their TSP, to help them set up their retirement so that they can retire with dignity. I love this stuff. I want people to be wealthy. Just because you have decided to serve your country does not mean that you can't also be wealthy while doing that. Now, everything that I share is going to be my personal experiences. It's going to be from courses that I have taken in the military and beyond to learn money and finances, and personal lessons learned from not only my life, but also from the Marines that I have helped. This is not official DoD advice. Always, always, always do your own research, consult with your command financial specialist, and take from this what works for your real life. But please listen to this advice. If you know someone in the military, share this with them. I want everyone to know the pitfalls that can come to those that are in the military, and I want them to know what they can do to be wealthy. So if you want to know about all of that, subscribe to this channel, follow this series, and share this video. And also comment. If there are things that you want me to talk about, please comment and let me know. All right. Now to the video. So when I first signed up for the military, I was straight out of high school. I was 18 years old. I got a Naval ROTC scholarship. They paid for my college, and I did my 4 years and I commissioned. Once I commissioned, I just learned the old script that everyone had been taught in the military. That was to take on all the debt that you can take on. Your VA loan. For officers, you can get a career starter loan. Basically, max out all that you can. Get the Amex Express, all of that stuff. I ended up signing papers that I did not understand. I bought a home that I was not ready for. And honestly, I just thought that hustling was the only way. And so even though I had commissioned, I had a steady paycheck, I still felt broke. Almost broker than when I was in college. No one had taught me that wealth is more than just a number, that yes, I need financial literacy, but I also need nervous system safety. I need to know what my money scripts are. What are the messages that I learned from my home and that I'm bringing into my adult life, and how do I change those scripts? But also, what is out there that is going to be predatory towards me because I'm a service member, because I have a steady paycheck? So I struggle with debt, with guilt, with shame. I avoided my bank accounts. I avoided my mail, and I would panic every time something went wrong. Like, my house was not a blessing. It was a curse, and it was stressful. I won't say that it was terrible, but there were points of it where it was very stressful. And at one point, I was juggling almost $300,000 worth of debt. $85,000 of that was consumer debt outside of my home. Here is what the old advice misses. Old financial advice punishes you now for a payout later. And if you ever wonder why you feel behind financially, you're not crazy. There are things that they do not teach us and that they do not tell us. When you are in uniform, you are a target. There are predatory lenders that set up shop just outside of base. They know you get paid on the 1st and the 15th, and they know if you are new, if you're E1, you're O1, they know you don't know how to manage your money yet. And they attach to you like a freaking succubus. Bad money advice is everywhere. I know Marines that are paying $100 a month for a whole life insurance policy that they were were told they needed, because if they didn't get it now, one, it's an investment, but two, by the time they get out of the military, they're not going to be able to get life insurance, and this is the only thing that is going to save them and their families, and yada, 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 yada. And I also bought into that. And the truth is that that is just a drain. There are other options. There are other things that you can learn about life insurance and know where you are actually buying versus what this salesperson is telling you. Another thing, and this might be for more of the senior enlisted and the officers, but high fee advisors can see you coming. If you don't know what questions to ask, they will happily take 5%. I had a financial advisor say that their fee was 5% and that was the market average. They will take that from your paycheck to invest that money into things that you don't understand. And that 5% can add up to tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars over your career and your time investing with them. That is money that should be growing and working for you, not for them. Your TSP is your responsibility now. It always was, but now that there is blended retirement, your retirement relies a lot more on you understanding and you investing than it used to. And sometimes there are things about the TSP that are not explained to you. Maybe you got a brief during boot camp or you got a brief during TBS and you don't really remember it. There are things that I was briefed and I'm like, that was important, but I don't know if people really caught that. I will go into some of these things in later videos because I do want you to know these things. But yeah, sometimes we miss the things that are really, really important to us. And the TSP is one of those things. And the old one size fit all PowerPoints, these old PowerPoints that they have us teach off of as a CFS, there are old PowerPoints that they have us teach off of as a CFS that haven't been updated since 1985. Look, there is some financial advice that really has not changed since 1985, and there's reason for some of it, but for others, it needs to change. It needs to shift. And so it's not your fault that you're getting this outdated information, but it is now your responsibility to learn what is actually going to work for you. Here is the good news. You have a steady income. You have TRICARE. You have the TSP, you have your GI Bill, you have all of these benefits that the civilian sector only dreams about, has to pay thousands of dollars for. You have them, and that is a blessing. You're working for it, you're sacrificing for it, but you had it. So let's make it work for you. Because when you know how to maximize these benefits, then you don't just become a millionaire at 65. You can set a system in place that is going to make you a millionaire sooner, and you're going to get way beyond just $1 million. This is something that I feel very strongly about because you are working hard for all of the benefits that you're getting, and you deserve to be able to live free, safe, and supported while you PCS, start a family, go on those deployments, and build a life after the Marine Corps or whatever service you're in. And I am living proof of this. I went from nearly $300,000 in debt to being able to have my investments make me nearly $30,000 in a single month. Not because I have hustled harder, but because I've learned and created a system that works for my real life. And I know that some of you are probably thinking, okay, yeah, well, she's an officer. She makes more than an E2 and E4. Of course, she can build wealth. Of course, she can have millions of dollars. And you're right. I do make more than an E2 and an E4. But if you are an E2 and E4, whatever rank, and you're listening to this, I want you to know that money stress and money problems is rank agnostic. I have worked with many Marines that are any rank from E2 all the way up to O4s, and they still have money stress and money problems. I know O4s living paycheck to paycheck with big cars, hefty mortgages, and I know E4s that know where their money's going, have a clear security fund, are investing what they can into their TSP, are given to their churches because they learn how to run their paychecks with clarity and trust. The truth is that no matter how much money you are making, your paycheck can make you wealthy when you know what to do with it. And you are not going to stay in E4 forever. You are going to move up the ranks. So we want a plan that works at any rank. And that's what I want for you no matter where you start. An E2 that sets up a security fund, a TSP, a Roth IRA can be 10 years ahead of an O4 that does not do that. Invests the minimum, buys a new car every 4 years, and has a mortgage. I'm going to go more into the specific numbers in future videos, and I want you to really hear this. You don't need to wait until you have $10,000 or are making $10,000 a month to get good with your money. You want to start now. You want to lay a foundation because you never know what could happen. You never know. You might just happen upon money and you want to already know how to use that so that money starts making money for you and it doesn't just go off to the winds. If you're watching this, I know you're ready to take one small step towards building real wealth. Not someday, but right now. First, you can download my free abundance allocation tracker. It is the exact tracker that I used to pay off my nearly $85,000 worth of consumer debt and build my security fund. Second, you can take my free abundant archetype quiz. It'll show you how you deal with your money and help you start building a plan that will feel good for you. If you're on base, remember that your unit has a command financial specialist. Reach out to them, ask them questions. If you need coaching, they can coach you. And if you want to go deeper, listen to this series, share this with other people. Build a community around you that talks about money. This is the year that we stop waiting until we're 65. This is the year that we do money with clarity, with power, and with full trust. This is your abundant era, and I am so honored to walk it with you. Millionaire and beyond.